Zombies and video games. Zombie games. The two go together like peas and carrots, or alcohol and regrets. Because they mix just oh so well together, you get a really oversaturated marketplace. Like, just look at all these dang gone zombie games, and these are just the notable ones. With a list this large, it's pretty common to have mixed emotions when talking about zombie games. It's either, oh tight mom, get the credit card, or no, I'm not buying it. And if you're anything like me, your reaction to hearing a new zombie game coming out has usually been the latter. We aren't alone though, because apparently the popularity of zombie games has been steadily decreasing since 2012. The big question though is why? Why? Is it because zombie games are just becoming so oversaturated that people are losing interest in them? Or is it because there's been nothing to innovate the zombie genre and it just feels like the same game, but a different title? Jesus, it sounds like I'm making a video essay right now. But the reason why, as to why zombie games are losing popularity, is actually both. Before I explain why though, this video is sponsored by me. I finally made a Patreon. So if you wanted to support me, there you go. Also, before I get flooded with the comments that I know I am going to get, Nakey Jakey inspired me to make this video, which is why I'm kind of filming it like him. Exactly, filming it like him. The only thing that's stopping this from being a complete ripoff of Nakey Jakey is the fact that he sits on a gray ball and I'm sitting on a handicap stool. Let's just get back to the video. To properly explain why zombies have been steadily decreasing in popularity since 2012, we need to understand why they became so popular in 2012. If you was a teenager around this time, you probably remember a little mod called DayZ for Arma 2. I am not joking, the game I criticized the most and one could compare to the biggest pile of dog ass is the catalyst for what made zombies so popular in 2012. I mean, sure, you had other factors that also contributed to making zombies as popular as it was, like the fact that it's when The Walking Dead started to take off. It's also when the first Telltale's The Walking Dead was released, and the anticipated Black Ops 2 Zombies was coming out in 2012. 2012 was the bomb diggity when it came to zombies. I'm trying really hard to stay monetized right now. Anytime a publisher released a zombie game in 2012, it was automatically a hit. Movies? 24 of them bad boys was released. If you think zombies are being milked dry now, in 2012 they straight up slaughtered the whole farm. But what was so special about DayZ? Why did I specifically point it out? Well, for two reasons. DayZ was one of the first open world zombie survival sandbox games that didn't have a story, didn't have any missions, and the only objective was to survive. It wasn't the first, but it was one of the first games to get big that said, here's a zombie apocalypse, here's you, now survive. The other reason is because it showed everybody that a zombie game can make a whole lot of money despite it being extremely early in development, buggy as hell, and not a whole lot in it, which is expected in an early access game. But then, everything changed when Steam allowed crappy developers to profit off of their broken games, opening the floodgates of horrible zombie games that abused the early access conditions and made it impossible to get a refund. Just like the Fire Nation, causing a huge amount of oversaturation in the marketplace, lowering the standard quality for what a good zombie game is, and giving no incentive to developers to think of ways to innovate the zombie gaming genre, leaving the taste of straight trash in the mouths of gamer boys everywhere. All us zombie fanboys want is to play out our zombie apocalypse fantasy in a video game. Whether you like The Walking Dead or not, we just want that apocalypse-riddled world in a video game where we can dive in and just survive, where we can look for useful supplies that could be used for a variety of different things and could be crafted into countless more items, where we can find other players and place our beds next to each other and build a community, find NPCs to defend our community or at least interact with them in some way, where we can raid other settlements and it feels like a mini battle. A zombie game where we can run around for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, without running into that dude wearing military gear camo that ends up killing you for no other reason than to just kill you because there's no incentive for people to work together in the game. Can you tell what's my biggest pet peeve? The blueprint for an amazing open world zombie survival sandbox game is out there. It's just in bits and pieces of other zombie games that need to be combined together to form the ultimate trump card of a zombie game. Because every other genre in video games has a trump card. Battle Royales have Fortnite and PUBG. Survival sandboxes have Minecraft. But zombies? Want to start an argument? Say what game you think is the best open world zombie survival sandbox game, and you have 10 people say that you're wrong, and all 10 of those people will name a different game that's better. Why? Because while there are some good zombie games out there, there's not that single one zombie game that everybody can look to and go, yeah, that deserves a #1 spot. And just to clarify, I'm talking about open world zombie survival sandbox games. A zombie game that says, here's a zombie apocalypse, here's you, now survive. Obviously, if you're comparing games like Left 4 Dead and State of Decay 2, you're not going to get anywhere because those are two very different games. That would be like comparing apples to pineapples. But find the good things about that apple, find the good things about that pineapple, combine them, bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a pen, pineapple, apple pen, and an awesome zombie game. So far, it sounds like all I've done is complain and haven't really said much because I don't even know where the hell this video is going. I'm just spitting words. But I wanted to get that out of the way because I think I might have just found the avatar. Dead Matter. An open world zombie survival sandbox game has 4 major elements to it, just like elements in Avatar. Now, Dead Matter is still in development, but I believe it can save the world. What am I doing with my life? You have open world, zombies, survival, and sandbox. This is one of the more difficult and complicating genres to tackle because if one element is lacking, that's all anybody can see. And it's ironic that games in these genres seem to mess up zombies the most. The core of what the game is. Like, how come I have this massive open world game and I find food easier than I do stumbling across a zombie? That makes no sense. But why am I bringing up Dead Matter? Why am I so focused on open world zombie survival sandbox games? Why do I keep asking all these goddamn questions? Let me explain. Part of the reason that the zombie culture didn't just die out years ago is because it has a deep-rooted connection in our subconscious with our biggest fear. Big Daddy Death over here. What if you died, but you weren't dead? It's why zombie movies and TV shows and games just keep popping up every year. But with anything that's good or interesting, people with money-hungry fingers will just throw some zombies in and think that's good enough, leaving people feeling sick and tired of the genre entirely. But we have our avatar, Dead Matter. If you don't know what Dead Matter is, I made a video that basically summarizes what Dead Matter is and what it's trying to accomplish, and you can find that video in the description box down below. I've been wanting to talk about Dead Matter again for a while now, but I didn't just want to talk about the updates that they've been doing. Instead, I wanted to talk about how Dead Matter has the potential to change everything we know about open world zombie survival sandbox games. Raise the standards back up for what a good open world zombie survival sandbox game is, and why I believe it has the potential to become the next big trump card for this genre. Because if you are a Naked Jakey fanboy, like myself, you'd probably agree that this is the type of game that nobody has gotten quite right. But I dream of it every night. Yes, I've played Dying Light, and it still don't feel very tight. I know that it sounds like I'm sucking Dead Matter off right now, but literally almost every problem I've had with games like DayZ, H1Z1, or Just Survive, or any kind of game that could kind of fit in this genre, they've addressed it and they've made solutions to those problems. I could keep going on about all the cool stuff that they've added into the game and the solutions they have for the problems that many games have been suffering from. But instead of going on and on about that, I decided I would just include the devlog videos in a playlist, that way you can watch it and check it out. All I'm saying is open world zombie survival sandbox games are dying. That's the sad truth of it. And that's not because it's not what people want. People do want that game. It's just nobody's doing it right, so everybody's losing hope. Dead Matter has a big and difficult job to tackle, but if we give them our ideas and feedback, they can finally make the game that we have been wanting to play for so goddamn long. So if you would like to go and check out Dead Matter and see how the game is, and if you'd like it, their information is down below. I would also like to give a big shout out to the people that supported me on Patreon: Chris P, Sheriff Ghost, and Paloma Vargas. Y'all the real MVPs. All the links from Dead Matter to my Patreon to all of the socials will be in my description box down below. You can check out some of my other videos here or over here, just somewhere on the screen. Subscribe if you would like more videos. I want to go back to my normal style of videos now, and I'll see you guys later.